What's going on, everybody? I got something I got to share with y'all. Something that's been kind of somewhat lingering, in my spirit for the past couple weeks or so, and I've been kind of waiting before I released it, um, because I just been doing other things and stuff like that. But I'm gonna share it with y'all today. This is one of the new things I was talking about in my subscription video. Um, about a couple weeks ago, I was listening. Um, I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with Sesame Street. Sesame Street goes way back. My girls were, excuse me, my girls were watching a show, and they were watching Sesame Street, and there was one particular part where I'm pretty sure if you watch Sesame Street, you remember Oscar the Grouch. Oscar is a lover of trash. Okay, that thing, whatever you want to call it, character, whatever. He loves him some trash so much so he even lives in the trash can. But check this out. Watch this. Now, as I was watching it, they were doing it was a sing along. So Oscar came up, or his particular part in the show came up, and he was singing, about how much he loved trash. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? Just listening to the song or whatever, not really paying too much attention, but paying enough attention to know what he was singing about or talking about. And that's when something dropped in my spirit. Something dropped in my spirit, and I know what it was. It was definitely God talking to me, and He was speaking to me. He spoke to me and said, think about how many saints say that they are new, but they glorify and they love trash. Think about how many of us go to church, we say we got a relationship with God, but we are waiting for our phones to ring just to hear what so-and-so did, and it ain't got nothing to do with edifying God. Some of us just love drama. We saved, we saved, we saw the third heaven with Paul and all of that, but we just glorify and we love trash. And God revealed that to me. He revealed that to me through Sesame Street, and I was like, man, as many times as I, saw the episode or watched the episode with my girls or whatever, I was like, I never thought about that. I never thought about that. So I just had to share that because the Bible tells us that when we come into Him, guess what? We are new creatures. Of course, it's a lot of, of course, salvation is a process. There's a lot more than just coming into Him. It's a process. But when we have went through, or as we are constantly going through that process, we should be constantly shedding. We should not still be thinking the way that we thought when we first came to Him, because there should be some matriculation. And some of us are not maturing the way that we need to mature, or don't have that relationship with God the way we need to have that relationship with God, because we just won't let go of the trash can. Trash could be gossip. Trash could be anything that is negative. We just glorify, we just keep that trash can with us. We take it everywhere we go. And then we get mad at everybody else because it seems as though they're matriculating spiritually. Well, you don't know what such and such is doing. You know what I'm saying? To strengthen their relationship with God. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know what she's doing. And one of our favorite sayings, when somebody is doing everything they need to do to strengthen their relationship with God, so much so that it's evident publicly, oh, they're too deep. They're too deep. They're too deep. They're too deep. They always seeing something. This, that, the fifth, and the fourth. They always seeing something. God always talking to them. Now, mind you, I'm not saying you got to walk around speaking in tongues every day. I'm definitely not. I'm not saying you can't talk about other things, but what I'm saying is, what are you entertaining? Because Oscar made it evident. Hey, look, I love me some trash. If it's rusty, if it's dingy. He even said in the song that he got some newspapers or something that his mother gave him when he was born. And then at the end of everything he would name as far as the trash is concerned, he would say he loves it because it's trash. So he really has a genuine love for trash. And some of us, like I said earlier, we got the Holy Ghost, but was containing the Holy Ghost from really having its way in our life is we love trash. We love it. We love it. We got to hear it. If we don't hear it, if we don't hear it, the world is going to end. And we are saints of God. We're saints. We're the ones that talk about what the world should be doing or shouldn't be doing, and we love trash. Think about that on today. Think about that on today. What are some of the trashy tendencies or things that you could get rid of that's holding your relationship back? Think about it. Think about it. It's too many Oscar the Grouch saints. I don't want to be an Oscar the I don't want to be an Oscar the Grouch saint. All right? I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. We're striving towards perfection. But let's make sure we don't get to a point to where we keep using I'm not perfect and I'm only human as an excuse not to kick over the secret trash cans that we have in our life. Because the Bible also talks about, it talks about grace, but the Bible also talks about, in the book of Romans, where Paul was talking to the Gentiles, he told them, shall we continue in sin that grace shall abound? Do you know what that means, brother? Do you know what that means, sister? He said, shall we continue? Let me say it all. Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Certainly not, because I left that out. Make sure I put that in there. Certainly not. In other words, we cannot keep using grace as an excuse to do what we want to do and then get mad or hate on our brother and sister because they're striving to be the best that they can be. God desires a relationship with everybody. Not just that brother and sister that you call too holy. God requires a relationship or wants a relationship with all of us. Right? All right, that's just the type of God he is. He's a good God. He's a great God. So during this pandemic, I want you to think about some of the trash cans that you are hiding from the church folks. Think about some of the negative things that you entertain, or that let's think about let me put myself in there too. Let's think about some of the things that we entertain that we should not entertain. And by the end of the pandemic, let's kick some of these trash cans out of our life. We got plenty of time now. Plenty of time. No more excuses to get some of these Oscar the Grouch tendencies out of our lives so that God can truly take over the way that he wants to in our lives. All right, saints, be blessed. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. Remember, God is still able. Even though we're going through a pandemic, he's still able. All right? Be blessed. Be encouraged. Peace.